Thank you for joining us. My name is Pastor Russ, and I am the Ministry Catalyst with Real Love Ministries. And I am joined by our esteemed Haiti Director and Founder, Michael Sineus. How are you doing, Michael?
I'm doing good. Hello, everyone. My name is Michael Sineus. I am the Executive Director of Real Love Ministries and founder. And I am very happy to have you guys.
Yeah, this is a first time for us. We're trying something new as a way to communicate and to share what's going on with Real Love Ministries right now, give updates on the ministry, and if we do well enough with this and don't make fools of ourselves, we might do this again, right, Michael?
Yes, we might.
Michael's more of a TV star than I am, so he'll carry the show.
All right.
Let's start out. We're going to talk about our two primary ministries right now. Just as a quick update for those who maybe this is their first introduction to Real Love Ministries. It started back in 2011, and from 2011 to about 2022, God directed us in building up the ministry, first with what we called the orphanage, and then we started our Widow's Mite program. And after that, we about the same time, we were working on launching Real Love Academy as a school, and then our medical clinic, and then we added Real Love Word of Life, Real Love Church. And so those were our primary ministries, our 5 core ministries that we had at our what we now call our coastal campus. But sadly, in 2022, gangs moved into our community, and we had to flee our coastal campus. And now we are based in the mountains, and there we have now we're calling it our children's home and our transition house, which we'll talk about those in a moment. And we continue our widows ministry, and we're seeking God's direction and leading as we seek to build up our ministry again there at the coastal campus. We're having discussions now of what we can do in terms of a school, and launching a new medical clinic, getting back to doing our mobile medical clinics, as well as doing evangelism and ministry of the gospel. So, and long term, Michael, because we're always praying for things to get better in Haiti, and as that happens, we see God leading us to having both the coastal campus and the mountain campus, and so we see that as kind of a good thing that God can raise up out of a bad situation. So with that background, Mike, let's talk a little bit about the children's home and now the transition house. We've got 7 in each. We have 7 children at the children's home. We have 7 in the transition house. And just you explain to people a little bit about the transition house, how it came to be, what we're trying to accomplish with that part of the ministry.
Thank you, Pastor Russ. First of all, the vision that we had for Real Love Ministry is not only a vision where you took the kids out of the street and you feed them and you give them a place to stay, and after a while, so you just let them be in the street again. But our vision is bigger than this, because the vision of our ministry is to equip the people, is to rebuild Haiti by invest into the human's life. But for those kids, we want to be investing in their lives because we could feed them today and tomorrow we let them be in the street, they're still gonna be hungry again. But we want to invest in them, we're gonna rebuild the people. That's where we can have the lasting transformation change by investing to those kids. But for us, we think it's gonna be important where you can equip those kids to help them to be sustainable, where they can be in their own, where they can be able to have a job, where they can be able to sustain for themselves and also support their family. Because some of the kids that we have in the orphanage, some of them that was their first time they went to school. That was the first time they been in school. And now we have high school graduate. And from those kids, that might be the only children graduate from this family. Because to go to school in Haiti, it's a burden because the family don't have any means to send the child to school because we don't have any public education. Because in order for you to go to school, you have to pay. But for us, the transition vision came from the orphanage to the transition. The transition means that the kids, by the Haitian government, the kid is out of age to not being in the orphanage, but at the same time, we're still helping those kids to be sustainable in life, where they be in that transition house where they graduate from high school, where they have a trade school, then they can have a job. Then we can let them go because now they're sustainable enough to support themselves. That's where we come up with the vision of the transition, but not having an orphanage when the kids come to age out, so we kick them out. And when we didn't do anything much for them unless feed them or have them a place to stay. But our vision is far more bigger than that. But we come up with the transition home where the kids out of age for the orphanage, but we're still helping them to be able to have a trade and they can have a job and they can support themselves and their family.
Yeah. So, and that's a vision that we've had for a few years, and we're working on back at our coastal campus to open, but we've been able to do that now here in the mountain campus. We were able to rent a separate house. It's actually upper floor of pastor's house that we have rented out, and we have our 7 young men and women living there. And as you said, our goal wasn't just okay, you're 18, you're on your own now. They all, because as you said, when they came to us, many of them hadn't been in school. So even though they're 18, 19, some early 20s, they still have a few more grades to finish to graduate from high school. We've the last couple of years we've now have 3 graduates, which we're excited about. Our first 3.
We're still having some coming next year.
Yeah, so we're giving we're still sending them to school. All the kids at the children's home and transition house go to school, except for the graduates. And then this fall we were able to offer them something else with job training. Can you talk about that?
Yes, like I said, the vision was not only to feed them, to have them a place to stay, but we need to equip them to have them, to be able to have a trade where they can be on their own, during the fall and in the summer. So in the summer, there was a technical school in the community where we are right now. And we were able to send our transition kids to get a trade. Some of them were able to be a plumber. Some of them were able to go to school to be an electrician. Some of them were able to go to school for computer class. And some of them were able to go to school to be secretary. And we have the example. The people that the young lady that's our secretary right now, which is Tiffany. she's one of the children home transition. She's one of those kids right now, and she from the orphanage, and she moved to the transition, and now she got a trade, and now she's our secretary. So that's how we're trying to make the impact, just to help the kids to be able to sustain themselves, and some of them can go back to help their family and also help the country of Haiti. But now that's how we move on with this.
Right. Yeah, and that's a great story with Stephanie, um, and I I like the fact that we've been able to give them options. I know as we've talked with them in recent years, they, like any young person their age, they have different ideas and goals, and some would like to be able to go to college. And so once they graduate from high school, that option's there for them. But they also have trades skills that they can get a job until they can go to college, or maybe they can support themselves through college. Obviously, the situation we'll talk about later on is very difficult in Haiti for that, but we still want to prepare them so that when those opportunities come for them, they're ready to take those opportunities. And then being in that house, in that transition house, they're also just like any young adult moving out, they're given an opportunity to have more independent living, to be self-responsible and taking care of things more on their own. But they're still under our care, and we're still there to guide them through that. They're not just put out there on their own. So it's a great program. I'm glad that we finally been able to do that. And then we have the 7 children in the children's home, and they range in age from 8 to 17, roughly. We've got a few birthdays coming up early in the year, but they're going to school there in the community. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, it was a challenge for us, when the kids came to this town, especially for education, because for us, we were really care about the kind of education our kid was getting when we had our school back in our main campus, because we were invest that much money in education so we can, help the community. But back in mountain campus, the school, the people don't have the means to have a quality education, or to hire qualified teacher, to have a better education. But with some local people that inform us about couple schools in the community, so we were lucky enough to find a school over there to send our kids there. Some of them, they really like the school there. Even they can't find some materials that's needed for some classes. But right now, that's the only options we have. But we just use the opportunity by the time being, just to educate them and have them go to school there. But in the future, we're thinking about back on track, with the same education that we were giving them when we were at our main campus.
Okay. Yeah, and they they go to school, and then we've also added a English teacher at
Mhm.
the children's home, and he's working with both the children and the older young adults, teaching them English as well. And so that's been a nice addition to again, giving them more skills and opportunities with their education.
Yes, that's true, because some of the kids right now, the English level, it's pretty much improved, because you can see some of them, they can have a long conversation in English, because the vision is, the kids been involved with Americans, with North American people coming back and forth. And also English is a great tool for Haitians or back in Haiti. I can say not only a tool, I said it's probably, it's like a trade. When you can speak English, that can even make a difference in your life. Because by growing up, first thing that after God, first thing that made it change in my life, it's English. Because English, it's gonna help you. A country has Haiti, where people looking for opportunities, but English is one of the things that's gonna help you get through. Because when you're involved with those missionaries and different people and stuff like that, you're gonna be able to make friends, because you're able to communicate with them.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you make friends, then there might be some opportunities coming out there, because if you speak English, because that's what we think, it's necessary for our kids to speak English. Even back in Haiti, if you're good enough, I mean, you can be English teacher, you can teach other people, and then you can use it to make income, to make living. I mean, English is a great tool where, most of family or people in Haiti could, involve in or trying to learn. Because I think that's a great opportunity when you can speak English. Because I am the example. When you can speak English, more doors can open for you, and when you're not.
Yeah, it's just another important skill to give them to increase their opportunities and options that they have. And so when people are supporting Real Love Ministries and in general, or even specifically supporting our Children's Home and Transition House ministry, they're doing so much for these 14 children that we have right now, and we have, we may in the future be welcoming some more children into our home. Our intent is always never to be huge, but we certainly want to, provide opportunities to other children. But that financial support is not only providing food and shelter, it's helping with health care, it's paying for school and the tuition and all the materials, the school uniforms. It's providing other opportunities, whether it's learning English, going to trade school. So it's a very valuable gift that is really making a huge impact. And I know, from it's been 10 years when I first came to Haiti and Real Love Ministries and got introduced to the children. And so, it's been for me to watch these ones grow up, to see our 3 graduates who were like young teenagers when I met them, and now they're graduates, and to see the maturity in them, and the faith that they have, and the heart that they have for and desire to serve and work and do something significant with their life. It's been a tremendous ministry that has been happening there in Haiti with Real Love Ministries and the Children's Home and now Transition House. And I mean, that has to do your heart good. You've seen these kids, the circumstances they came from, you were there to welcome them into the home, and for you to see what's been going on in their lives, that's got to be an encouragement to you.
Yes, you should.
Yeah. let's talk for a few minutes about the other ministry that we've been able to continue through all this move in the last couple of years, and has been the Widows Ministry. We now have 41. We just increased that earlier this year, I think it was, to 41 men and women in our Widows Mite Ministry. They live in three different communities that we're connected with. The main thing that we do for them, Michael, is the monthly food packs. Can you give us an idea, like what kind of food are we providing for them?
So what we provide for them and the food that we're able to give to the widows every month, we're able to provide them spaghetti, oil, beans, and flour. And also we have some meat called herring. We have them some herring and beans, rice, spaghetti, and flour. Those are the things that we give them some heavy food where that can last them for a while. Because then also, as you know, some other countries, especially Haiti, people eating rice and spaghetti every day. Because the thing is, like, those things, they very heavy, because when you eat one meal, you don't know when the next meal is coming. So if you eat something that's heavy, that's gonna last longer than if you're eating something light where you're gonna eat so often. So some family, they eating rice every day, and people eating spaghetti for breakfast in Haiti. Because when I was growing up, morning before you go to school, either you eat, coffee and bread, or they because they're eating for supper. But back in Haiti, in the morning you eat spaghetti, because the reason behind it is because your family or your parents want to fill you up enough. Because if you eat that spaghetti in the morning, if you don't have anything in the afternoon, and you're just gonna spend the night like this. But for
Froze it, Michael. Waiting for you to come back.
it was fun.
Yeah. But yeah, and it's a simple thing, but such an important thing, providing them the food, because the ministry was started because we were encountering so many widows who were just in poor health, and because they didn't have much food to eat, couldn't provide that for them. And now they've got a monthly food pack that they can count on, that's coming to them. And our goal there is, before we add more widows, we'd like, if, as we increase funding, to increase the amount of food that we're providing, because it does last them for quite a while, but it's not a whole month's worth of food. It comes every month, but so we'd like to be able to give them more as the funding increases. And so I wanted to talk about that a little bit as we're approaching Thanksgiving, and then it's Christmas, and we're coming to the end of the year. And we have been blessed with a lot of faithful supporters, and God has always found ways for us to meet our budget every month. But as you know, and we have to talk about all the time, is how we manage the money that we have, because we don't sit on big reserves of money. we, on paper, we don't bring in enough money to meet our monthly budget. But again, the Lord finds ways. We get special gifts, different things happen. But we're certainly trying to increase our financial stability so that we can do more and grow our ministry. And so as we look to the end of the year, our biggest need is to increase the support for on a monthly basis for our ministry. Again, as I said, we don't sit on a big reserve or bank account. We basically, as many people do in their own houses, we kind of live month to month. Money comes in and money goes right back out, and that's where we're at. And so a couple things to talk about with that is one is we as we look at to the end of the year, we have one more wire for December. We are in need. We're estimating about $9,000 just to make our basic wire that we send every month, and that's buying the food and supplies for the children's home and transition house, the food for the monthly packs to the widows, and then paying our staff. We have our administrator, we have our secretary, Stephanie. We have staff to take care of the properties, staff to take care of the children's home. We have house moms. And so they're dependent on their monthly income for their families. And so we need to raise $9,000 to be able to fully fund the budget in December. These last 2 months, we've kind of had to spread the wire out, and because we didn't have enough money to send it early in the month like we usually do, and so we had to send some and then send a little bit more later. So we'd like to be able to do that all at once come December, and then just as we go into the new year, we'd love for people to make those one-time gifts to help us meet that $9,000 for December. But we'd also love for people to prayerfully consider giving a monthly gift, and through 2025, and increase so that we're fully funded for our budget every month, that we just have the money that we need every month coming in. And then also, with it being Christmas, we've got plans we want to buy gifts for all of the children. We want to have a big celebration for our children and our staff, and invite some of the people in the community, as I know you like to do, to have and I think it's always important to celebrate Christmas, but I think you would agree in the current situation in Haiti to have a few days of celebration and joy and happiness would be a wonderful thing for our people to experience. And then the other thing that we do is we like to give our staff an advance on their January paycheck, so that they have a little more extra money at Christmas time for their own family. So that right there is like another $5,000, $5,500 that we need. So we're looking at like $14,000, $15,000 that we would like to raise in the coming weeks, so that we can meet these things. Can you talk a little bit about, as I mentioned, the Christmas celebration and what that means, and just the general support of the ministry of, and having the reliability of those funds every month?
The Christmas celebration, that's something we've been doing for years for our employees because the people spend when you're working for the ministry, and as you know, Christmas is a good time for families reunion and where people can celebrate together. And we think as a ministry, as we call to love and to equip to helping people, and we think some of the people that work for us, they're not gonna be able to celebrate with their family because they don't have the means to do so. And we think as a ministry, it's important to show them love and to show them how important they were for us during that year. And we think it's very important to, celebrate Christmas with them and to have a good time and refresh them with what they're doing for the ministry, encourage them. And some of the people too, if we're able to give them half of the pay for in December, half of the pay from January salary, some of them will be able to buy gifts for their kids because as they live paycheck to paycheck, most of the people right now, you know, they live paycheck to paycheck because what we pay them is not really, it's something they just create, they just create somehow to live on that. But we know it's not gonna really make it to the month with them. And that's what we can do now, and we help them out there. But at the same time, when the Christmas come and we give them that half advance pay, so they can be able to do something with their family, buying gifts for their kids and have good time with their kids. And as a ministry, we do it for the people that work for us. But at the same time, those people that work for us has their own family. So when we're able to do that and they can go back and getting some gifts, and as you guys do it here, getting gifts and getting different things for people. But I think it's very important if we're able to do this because some family will have some smile during the Christmas because we're able to provide this for them.
Yeah, and we want to put smiles on faces and bring joy to people's hearts, and because ultimately, and it was why we call it Real Love Ministries. Ultimately, everything that we're trying to do is not just meeting needs, but sharing the real love of Jesus Christ with people in Haiti, whether it's the children that we have that were considered part of our family, or the widows that we're reaching out to, or the people in the community that we want to help with healthcare needs and education and sharing the gospel. It's all about the real love of Jesus, and Christmas is the time when we celebrate his real love coming into all of our lives, and the birth of Jesus Christ and the salvation that he brings. So we encourage people, those of you who are currently giving, to consider making an extra gift at this time. And if you're not a monthly partner with us, to pray about doing that, because not only will that help us at Christmas time, but it'll help us throughout the year to have that solid financial base to be able to build our ministry upon. And the best way to do that is to go to reallovehaiti.org, reallovehaiti.org. You can learn more about us. You'll find links there to give. You can set up online giving. You can make it recur every month if that's your desire. You can also find out how you can pay by check and mailing it as well if you want to do that route. And if you have any questions, you can send me a message through the website. There's ways to do that there, or you can just, if you remember my email, russ@reallovehaiti.org. And I'd be glad to answer questions and help you with your giving, and just help facilitate that. So Michael, we're about to the end of our time. We should be wrapping this up, but I want to just close out and just giving people an update of what's going on in Haiti right now. We've been kind of referring to it. We know, about the gang situation and the impact that has had on us. And it's been a very hard, it's always a hard time, but it's been a hard time in Haiti these last few years. And can you kind of just give people an idea of what's going on right now in Haiti, what it's like there?
To be honest, it's really a sad situation because you're in the middle of nowhere. You don't see where the help is coming from. But the only hope people have, it's only God in Haiti right now, because every next day, they invasion, like people leaving their home, they flee. The gangs invade the next village after the next village. So even last night, they were trying to get into Pétionville, some of the place, where, some people live, and some of the place where that was not really affected by the gang. So they were trying to invade that place last night. And I think around 20 gangs got killed last night. So I have seen that this morning. And they were trying to control everywhere. And we got different people that we know from every villages. The gang is taking the next village, the next village. I mean, it's a tough situation, and even you got the government in place, and even you got, UN, like, other nations that come help Haiti, and they paying them. I don't see anything never been happen. I don't know if it's a trap they did for Haiti or something like that, but you don't see in those leadership, you don't see anything that they trying to do to solve the problem or to take control of the situation. Nothing. But the only thing we can do is just pray. But when you're looking at the situation that's going over Haiti right now, it's very tough and it's really critical, because can you imagine some people that having only one place to stay or having like one room to stay, even they couldn't eat, but they had a place to stay. But now they just in the street with no place to stay, and with nothing to eat. I have received several calls from people that I knew that used to live in Port-au-Prince. They've been in the streets since 5 days, and they don't have anywhere to go. Even they wanted to go somewhere, but they don't have money to pay tap, or they don't have money to eat. But it's a tough situation. So I'm asking if anybody can pray, if anybody can do anything to help with this situation. That's gonna be good, because now we need prayers and we need support, because I think we love ministry. We're still gonna make impact the way we can. We're still gonna help the way we can, because we're still gonna make a difference in the midst of the darkness, and we're still gonna be the light during this darkness that cover Haiti right now, because Haiti covered by deep, deep darkness right now because of what's going on over there. But I hope the best thing people can do is to help us to make a difference by praying and by giving. I think we just trust in what God say, and we keep trusting Him, and He's gonna make a way for the people of Haiti. Even we don't see where that coming from, but by faith, something will happen, and we believe it.
Yeah.
In the name of Jesus.
I believe that too, and I appreciate your message of hope there, because it is a dark situation, and like I've heard from people. One person messaged me the other day and told me how he's got 8 family members that are stuck in Port-au-Prince and want to get out, and they don't have the means to do that.
Yeah.
And it's sad. News reports I've seen now are saying that the gangs pretty much have complete control over Port-au-Prince. They've moved into the last neighborhoods that to this point have been kind of untouched by them, but and chased more people out into the streets. They're very violent, and then along with the gang situation, you have the political situation with the government is in a mess. Is very unstable. They're supposed to be trying to reestablish the government and have elections and all of that, but they just can't get there yet. And that's impacted, it's taken lives. People, the availability of food has decreased. I mean, what is available is the prices have gone up, but things aren't as available because the gangs have kind of blocked the movement of goods around the country and into the country. So it's created a food scarcity crisis, affected healthcare. Schools in some places are shut down. We've been grateful that things are more peaceful where we are now. We're thankful that God led us there, and our kids have been back in school and stayed in school, but that's not the case all over the country. So we need to be praying, and we need to be supporting the work that our Haitian staff is doing in Haiti. I'm grateful, beyond grateful, that we have continued our ministry. I know a lot of ministries have had to stop or shut down, but we've got great people and staff that are committed there in Haiti. The fact that you as a Haitian founded the ministry, all of our staff in Haiti is valuable to us. And we're grateful. We're not the ministry that we were back at our coastal campus, but we're still going, and we're still, as I talked about in the beginning, looking for God's leading whenever opportunities arise to grow that ministry, expand our impact, do what we can to bring light into darkness and prepare for a better day in Haiti for the people. And so, we need people's prayers, we need people's financial support, and just walking with us as we walk with the people of Haiti through this tough time. Do you have any final words you'd like to share?
The only thing that I want to share, I want to thank everybody that's believing what we're doing in Haiti. And thank you so much for your support. And thank you for listening to what God is telling you to do so. And thank you for trusting us to make a difference in Haiti. And I pray that God will bless you guys more. And also, you can share with your friends and your family about what We Love Ministries is doing in Haiti, to get more people involved, because we need people to involve in our ministry so we can impact more people in Haiti. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll be praying for you guys, and thank you.
Yes. Please share about Real Love Ministry with your friends and family. And again, reallovehaiti.org is the website. You can reach me, Russ, at reallovehaiti.org. Be glad to help you out. And appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. And Michael, I think we did all right. I don't think we made fools of ourselves. You looked really good and sounded good. And I think we could probably do this again sometime. Maybe we'll get real professional and get a nice fancy set and microphone. We might become viral podcast stars.
Yes, no. So I'm looking into that.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, and be looking for us to jump on your screen again in the near future. All right. Have a good day. God bless.